Welcome to the Kevin and Kyle Show. It's September 11th, 2012. I'm Kevin, you're classy, and Kyle is up to his neck in academia. I should warn you that today's video is not going to be hilarious, and the opinions expressed here are entirely my own. I live in downtown Manhattan, just a few blocks away from the New World Trade Center, and I'm recording this video on the eve of an act of terrorism that redefined my life and the lives of millions of Americans. Since then, we've had no shortage of tragedies, thousands of deaths of US and foreign troops and civilians, various isolated shootings, and even recently a series of violent actions in Colorado, Milwaukee, and Manhattan that remind us of the continued threats we face on a daily basis. After the 9/11 attacks, there was an outpouring of patriotism and national solidarity, and tomorrow we celebrate Patriot Day, a day of remembrance for those victims who lost their lives. And as we face this new election season, we have heard our politicians say that this is the greatest country in the history of the world. There are many ways in which we are not the greatest country on earth. We lag behind other developed nations in education, life expectancy, health coverage, and income inequality. But one way in which America is extraordinary is that it was founded on the idea that all humans are created equal. Now, it took some time for this idea to evolve. We began with the idea that all white men were created equal, and over time we advanced to the idea that all men, regardless of race, are created equal. And still later, we extended the right to vote and hold elected office to women, though sadly the United States has yet to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, which was designed to ensure the equality of rights for all citizens, regardless of sex. More recently, there's been a strong push to extend that idea, to ensure that no rights may be restricted on the basis of sex or sexual preference. As our government and our Constitution evolve, I am confident that we will one day see a country where we respect the life and liberty of all people, regardless of religion, race, sex, or sexual orientation. And yet we as Americans do not hold this ideal to a privileged few. We believe that all people are created equal, rather than that all Americans are created equal. And so on this Patriot Day, I ask that we celebrate not patriotism, which is defined as love of country and willingness to sacrifice for it, but honor the basis for our country, which abides by a much greater principle, that all people are created equal. We cannot abide by attitudes and practices, whether religious or secular, that undermine respect for human life and dignity, and to the extent that we endorse patriotism, xenophobia, religious doctrine, or political, economic, and philosophical ideology at the expense of that humanitarian ideal, we undermine that very idea on which our country was founded. We, as citizens of the world, must take this opportunity to reinforce our belief in the rights of all people to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.